So now here is another thing that I was absolutely geeking out about. This unit right here is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in a game. Look at this thing, it gives me freaking chills. Jeez. Hello everyone, my name is Gracie and this is the start of a new series for the Empire and Ashes DLC right up here that's come out. Whoops, right up here that's come out. I've already made a character and played 15-20 turns or so on my own, and I have to say, it's so good. I am geeking out about the new monsters and the new faction and everything, all the increased level of diversity in the water that you can do now. And it's just, oh my god, it feels so good. The tomes and the spells and the units, just everything is just so much fun. I was having such a great time. So I have already made a faction. So we're going to be playing this character here. Now this is going to be, you know, probably what a lot of other YouTubers and streamers are doing, but what can I say? It's new and it's super fun, so I hope you'll enjoy this with me. From what I've been seeing in my single player one I've been doing, it is just perfect. It's so good. So let's get in here and do new game. There's some cool new ones. So there's like this one here that's got the Seals of Power. So this is the new game mode where you win by getting points from the seals, which we did used to have in Age of Wonders 3. There's low population, free cities are rare, small underground, and continents. This is a pretty basic, but it does have the seals thing, so I think we'll start with that one. And we'll also maybe eventually do this one with all the birds and stuff, but I thought it'd be kind of weird to play a bird faction and then fight a bunch of birds as well. I don't know, it seems kind of almost like a meme or something. So let's go into this one here. So we've got the realm traits. I'm just going to pop this down to 4 players maximum, and I'm just going to leave the rest of this on normal here. And then the faction we're going to be playing is Florence Welch. So this is singer-songwriter Florence Welch, and her people are called The Machine. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a musical artist named Florence and the Machine is the band. So I've made this Reavers faction with them. So we've got... Let me just show you what we've got here. Let's just get in, and I'll show you once we get in there. They look so good too. The options are so... You can make really funny looking birds or really nasty looking birds. I kind of went for more like nasty ones since we're Reavers. But yeah, here's Florence Welch of the Machine. So we've got Aven and Reaver, which is the new thing for this Empires and Ashes. So we have Reclaimers, so we get extra binding influence or extra binding essence, which will allow us to craft things with the item crafting system that's come out. And I got Ruthless Raiders so that I get golden money when I kill golden draft when I kill units. And it's my single player game was so... I had units popping out like crazy. It was so much fun. For the avian race, I actually changed some of the features a little bit. I kept light-footed so that friendly units do not block movement. I kept sharp eyes, so we have +1 vision and sensing range. And I got rid of some other stuff and got keen-sighted, so accuracy on physical ranged and magical attacks so that we can have the riflemen basically be extra accurate. So it's really, really cool. So we start with this Disperse Afflicting Miasma. This is a fascinating spell. You put an AoE of Miasma on the battlefield, and then enemies in it get debuffs, and then when they take certain types of damage, they get certain types of other negative status effects. So for instance, if you deal physical damage to a unit that's in the miasma, they get bleed. So here I think it shows afflicted. Here we go. So they're 90% chance if they're taking physical damage, they bleed. Fire is burning, spirit is condemned, lightning is electrified, blight is poisoned, and frost is slowed. Super cool, super versatile. Obviously, I've been seeing a lot of bleeding because of all the physical damage, but you can also get the poison from blight and stuff. It's super, super cool. And then this spell here, which I haven't had a ton of use for, actually, it's only 10 damage and only a 30% chance of inflicting immobilized. In my opinion, if you've got 2 different 1 hex radius spells and one of them is this miasma, you probably just want this one. I think it's just better in my opinion, but I haven't used it a ton yet. So let's take a look at our starting units real quick. We finally have a different kind of scout unit. Planetfall had really awesome scout units. They were all completely different and had different powers. Age of Wonders 4, they all feel kind of the samey, but finally we have a different one. So this one has no defenses, 45 health, -2 lightning, but it doesn't have an attack. It has this mark ability that makes things easier to hit with range attacks. So we've got marking, and then my faction has bonus accuracy to range attacks. So what I'm finding is I have 100% hit chance a lot of the time in fights, and it's really fun. We've got like snipers. We've got control loss immunity, so immune to effects that make you lose control because it's just a machine. It loses morale slowly. Non-vital means it's destroyed if only non-vital allies remain. So I think, I'm not sure why this is a thing. I haven't come across a situation where this matters, but I guess if all you have left is like this scout, it just dies instantly. Reinforced, it gets extra physical defense. And I think Age of Wonders 3, these kind of units had that too. And then sensing scope, so it's extra sensing range, which is super cool as well. So then our characters here, we start with a Harrier, which is a tier 1 skirmisher. We finally have more cultural skirmisher units. Before this expansion, we had one cultural skirmish unit, which was the Sunderer. Not to say we couldn't have racial skirmisher units, because we had like the Inquisitors and stuff, but now we finally have more cultural ones. So these guys are really quite fun. They've got this net ability that lets them immobilize and mark enemies, so you can just kind of run around in circles and throw nets on stuff. We have the Mercenary. This is a pretty basic polearm, but he does have this drive back where you can push things back and move on to their hex. So that's pretty darn useful. And then we have Charge Resistance, Mercenary. This one actually costs extra upkeep, which is interesting. And then we have the Overseer. They have this blast that can blind and mark. Again, the marking and immobilization is a big thing here. And then they have this really cool ability called Subdue. If an enemy is immobilized, frozen, or stunned, they can subdue it. And then that unit can't really do anything at all until this unit is killed or it's like taken off of it somehow. And then if you end the battle with that unit subdued, you can actually keep it if you spend these war spoils points. So you can actually like capture an enemy unit. And in my single player game, I captured a tier 2 spider unit, and then I was able to make use of that for it was really fun because the tier 2 spiders have the webs, so I could immobilize even more. And the enemies were just, they couldn't do anything. It was so fun. They also have this really basic heal, but it's a 1 range, so you have to be careful of that. They have to be able to touch, and it's 40 temporary hit points, but it doesn't buff. It doesn't get rid of debuffs or anything like that, so it's a little, it's strong, but it's boring. It's not very versatile. And then we have Florence herself with this awesome gun. This is Florence Welch, the singer-songwriter Florence Welch of The Machine. And she's got, you know, normal starting ability. She's got this extremely powerful gun attack here for 40 damage, ignores 50% defense, but it's 3 action points. It's a full turn action to do this. So you do have to watch out for that. It is range 5 rather than 4. There's finally some AoE, or finally some range options in the game that aren't 4, and quick stab, of course. And then we start with a little bit of gear, Horn of Plenty, and a helmet. So we've just got extra little bit of defense. So that's what we start with. So let's take a look at our map here. We are kind of central. What's that scary music? Is that coming from in the game? Hang on a second. It absolutely is coming from the game. I don't know why that was so spooky. Also, I've moved my camera back over to where it normally goes. Okay, so let's get going here. Looks like there's a small creature cage here, which is awesome. So we have a full army right from the start. Inferno Puppy. Fine. It'll evolve into something more useful. So we've got infested areas already. We've got a tower here. Starting as the Reavers, we also have 0 Whispering Stones to start because we're encouraged to capture and raise and pillage and destroy rather than diplomacy. But of course you can do whatever you want. Once you have Imperium, you can buy Whispering Stones and play however you want. So let's get going here. I don't actually see anything to fight right off the bat, which is extremely unusual. There's usually little armies around everywhere. But okay, loudest car on Earth just went by. Well, let's head on over to one of these spawners and see what we can find. We'll send the scout out first. What is this? Production stash. Well, let's get something queued up first. Let's queue up the storehouse. We've got 78 production. Storehouse is down to 3 turns. Nothing over here. Yeah, there's the small monster den. So let's just meet up over here with everybody. And then we'll go fight over there. Now let's set our first research here so we can get the Afflictor, which is from our Tome of Alchemy. Oh, I didn't show my starting tome is the Tome of Alchemy. So it's got all this super cool, like, it's kind of like, it's not as like diesel punk as like the Dreadnought was in Age of Wonders 3. It's more like, yeah, it's like magic and poison kind of themed. So we've got these Afflictors that have this really cool repeating crossbow, and then they have a miasma shot, which uses that afflicting miasma to put it into a unit's hex so that you can get these different afflicted bonuses. Super cool. So I'm going to start with that again, which I did my single player one. And then we have nothing to cast, so we will end turn. I'm glad they didn't offer me the... Oh, should have started making a unit, actually. Just because I don't want to have this scout in my army forever. Alright, and let's do the first combat manually, as usual. There's hunter spiders here, so I may actually steal one of these units, as I did in my previous... my single player game. I stole, this is exactly what I took as one of these. And if you don't know, they have changed all the spiders. Let me show you. I thought this was wild. I did not know they were doing this. All spider units now have a 2-hex cone instead of an AoE that they can fire at a 4-hex range. So every single spider has a 2-hex cone, if they have it. Sorry, these ones don't, but the web attack is a 2-hex cone now. So I think that's really interesting. So they're trying to make them less range capable, and now you have to kind of like go in and then use it at close range. So you can see this web is now a cone like this. Okay, so how do we want to position? We've got one pike unit here. That's going to have to be our front line, although the spiders can jump. These support units are really powerful. So let's just get like... Let's get Florence in here in the center and protect her as best we can with these units. And then we'll get this guy back here. And then we'll have you start marking things. And then what we do is once we get one of these guys subdued with a net, then we can use the actual subdue action, and then they're basically taken out of the fight, which is super fun. There's also a lot of really cool support abilities for the Reaver faction for their heroes, so I can't wait to show those off too. They're really quite good. Getting big AoEs off here. Where's the subdued one? Now you're immobilized, so we can't move you now. So let's just get a big shot off here. We gotta free up these units. So much damage. If we shoot... Let's shoot with this guy. Here, killed a model off again. There we go. So now they're down to one model, so then these guys can finish them off pretty easily. There we go. And then these guys can stay on the defense because these guys are kind of blocked in now by this halberdier here. What are they called? Mercenaries. You are going to have to stand right here and block that guy from getting to us. We'll mark this one next. Then we have spells. I could try to immobilize them. 10 physical damage, but it's only a 30% chance, which I think is really bad. I think anything that's less than about a 50% chance is just, you just can't make, it's just hard to make tactical decisions about that. 90% you can pretty much like plan around it, but 30% is like you don't even know if you're gonna get it. So I'm just gonna not spend the mana. I don't think this guy can jump again. So he's gonna beat the crap out of my puppies so I can heal them. And this guy's gonna get his butt kicked by pikemen. Just kidding. My pikemen are gonna get their butts kicked by some spiders. Shit. Okay, so we want to throw this net. And if we get immobilized here, which we did, then we can subdue the unit. 90% chance. There we go. So now this unit basically doesn't exist. Now we can keep pummeling this unit if we want to, but we could just leave it alone at this point, which is super cool. So let's just gonna remark that unit. I think it stacks. Yeah, so minus 10% evasion. So now Florence should be able to get an extremely powerful shot off. Look at that. So fun. All right, ready? Oh my god, it's so sick. Oh, I love muskets in games. Oh, and I don't care about guns in real life, like, at all, but in video games, there's something about, like, a single shot, like, musket or, like, a shotgun or something that's just so satisfying. So we get to send some draft and bullets back to the capital city, and we also, you can see here, we have captured this unit. It's got this little cage symbol. So now, what happens is, you can only recruit these units using these war spoils, so it's not overpowered. So I'm going to go ahead and click and keep this unit, and I'm going to use my war spoils. You can also use this for intimidating other empires and free cities into giving you allegiance and stuff, but in this case I'm going to use it for this tier 2 spider. We also get a bunch of other stuff, actually. Pretty nice. A lot of food, a whole bunch of this stuff for crafting, the spider leg that lets you summon a random tier 2 spider, and a tier 2 halberd. Actually, this is really nice stuff. So that's going to help us decide the direction that we build our other units in, our other heroes, because of the way we got that gear. So that was awesome. Okay, so now here is another thing that I was absolutely geeking out about. This unit right here is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in a game. Look at this thing. It gives me freaking chills. Oh my god, it's beautiful. I want one of these under my control so bad. Oh my god, look at this thing. Oh, it's beautiful. Jeez. God, I can't stop looking at it. So this is a seal here. So once we can beat this army, we can start gaining points from the seals. You get 1 point for the seal victory every turn that we're standing on the seal. But I think, like in Age of Wonders 3, I'm guessing that enemy armies will spawn to try to take the seal back. You don't just get it once and then keep it forever, I think. Can annex a province here, so we can boost this boy up here if we get a forester. So I'll probably go ahead and just grab that real quick, finish that off and give me a refund. And then we'll get probably the granary. If we get another forester, probably try to hurry up my growth here. I do like doing that. And no spells. I guess they've also revamped the spell book. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I guess people were asking for a more like spell book look from like previous entries, but I don't know. The list was really nice and concise, and I'm a little worried that there's a lot of space being wasted here. But you know, it's not the end of the world. Okay, let's end turn. What the hell? Something just exploded over here? This is what scouts are for? We have found Fanavir of Hot Topic. I don't know who made that character. Hello. Goodbye. Okay, so Fanavir of Hot Topic over here with his whips and chains is over here beating up something. What is this thing? Oh, I thought it was a spider with a casket of crystals on its back, and I was really excited. It's just spiders, regular spiders. Darn. There's another creature cage. We should probably go over there. Liberate whatever that is. I'm making a harrier. And then we also want to get another city soon. Now, here's a neutral city, it would appear. Let's pop out another observer after that. Because we also get draft from fighting, because we're ruthless raiders. Vigilant Pyrrhus Tur. Baron Raphael de Shade of the free city of Pyrrhus Tur greets you with suspicion. War spoils to intimidate. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we're going to want to... I'm probably going to go conquer them and just turn them into one of my cities, to be honest. It might even be worth sticking an outpost up here somewhere. Like maybe even like right there. So I'm gonna fight this group here real quick. Let's manual it. I'm having too much fun with Florence and her giant gun. Which, by the way, I got to rename my capital. Okay, so then the spider and the pikes can go in the front. Like so. I even put you here. This has AoE, so let's actually split up just a little bit more. The Harriers can be like here and kind of also stop enemies from getting to me. I'm going to keep them back because I know like this spider is going to go to like here and turn. And then next turn, I'm going to stay there and then it's going to walk up to here and jump right to here. And then it's going to attack Florence. You'll see. I bet you 5 gold. All right, I owe you guys 5 gold. Let me know in the comments if I owe you 5 gold. Dang it. Thought I was so smart, didn't I? Okay. Alright, I need to heal these guys already. So now these guys, I can subdue additional units, but I won't be able to capture them at the end of the fight. So I'm just gonna back up to here. Chuck a net on this guy. Immobilize. And then I'm just gonna subdue this one. Hopefully. There we go. So now this one can't do anything. So now this guy I'm going to pull back to here and await a heal. These guys are immobilized, so defense mode. Hopefully they can't kill them. Shouldn't be able to. Florence. Yeah, this has been happening to me. I keep losing the UI. See, their symbols keep disappearing. What? I'm sorry, what's my chance to hit here? It's just going to hit? So much fun! Ooh, it's so much fun. Should I go for the flank or the double hit? Probably the double hit. Okay, good. I misclicked, but I didn't misclick that badly. Diseased. Okay. This early game, I just got to keep these guys safe because the poison is doing a lot of work. Bam. Okay, they're coming in. They're hitting my support units. They're trying to free up their spider brethren. I don't know if the subdue only lasts a certain amount of time. Lasts until the caster dies. I wonder if they're going to put a cooldown on that eventually. That seems imbalanced to me. I think it needs to have maybe like 5 turns, like something long but not infinite. Because I can see like this guy just running around the battlefield forever just to keep a single unit like out of the fight. And that seems kind of shitty. I don't know. Alright, so let's get you a heal. Patch up. And then I've got my Harrier. We can get a model down, weaken them up a little bit. Let me come in. Let me use this one, the Displace. And then now the puppies can get in. Get a flank attack here. I can get another hit in, actually. But because these are draconic units, they have like a buttload of health. I'm sorry, but did that bird just invade the camera? What the heck? Okay, we won. Took a bunch of damage on everybody, but we're fine. So you can see here, we can't keep this unit because we don't have any more war spoil, so we just dismiss and it'll be like, it'll be gone forever. Did I just get a... I got the unit of a unicorn? Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna be strong. So this is continents, and yet... All right, I'm still gonna go over here and make an outpost like right here. Maybe I should make it here. No, that's too close to this city. Yeah, I'll just do there. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. And then I have a city right next to the seal, which would be really nice. So I don't care how their diplomacy is going with others because I'm just gonna conquer them. This is a Harrier. Is there somebody on this? No, just free mana. Use you as an extra scouting force for now. Oh, I gotta rename my city. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be dog days are over. Okay, so that's the name of our capital, and we need to grab something else. I think it's another forester to boost that boy. Boost that boy right up. We'll do it here because we're establishing a system of roads here. So that'll boost that granary. Hero leveled up. Okay, so there's a ton of great skills in the support tree for these units. So I'm going to give her, so basically I'm going to give her the Mark, the Mysterious Tonic, and then Experienced Leader, and then go into damage for her gun. So the Tonic is a way to give positive status effects and get rid of one negative status effect on a unit, and it's a free action. It just has to be melee range, but I think that's really cool. And then the Mark is obviously just to make her even better at shooting things that are far away. Just give her incredible accuracy. And the reason I'm so worried about that is because she has only 2 attacks, a melee stab, which sucks, and well, it's actually 16, but you know what I mean. You don't want her in melee. Or this 40 damage, but it's 3 action points. You can't move at all unless you lose your entire action that turn for shooting. So I really want her to not have to move once she's in position. And so with that in mind, I want to make sure she's really accurate and can mark things, and she's got bonus accuracy for the racial stuff, just because that way she doesn't have to run around and waste turns. The closer to shooting every turn we can get, the better, because her DPS is insane. End turn, and then we're going to end this episode. Actually, we are out of time. Next episode, I might show off the forging thing a little bit because it is extremely cool. Okay, so we are done with this first episode with Florence and the Machine. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this series. I hope you're going to enjoy the rest of it. I think this is going to be really fun. I think this DLC feels like it's really elevated Age of Wonders 4 to where Age of Wonders 3 was at the end. And we still have 2 more DLC to come, Primal Fury and something about magic or astral or something. I can't remember what the other one is. But, you know, if they keep this level of work up, I think this game is going to be fun for a decade, you know, maybe more. I mean, it's going to be amazing, especially with the mod support. You know, people are so creative, and I just can't wait to see how much time how much fun I can get out of this game. So thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check the link in the description for my Patreon if you'd like to support the channel and help me conquer the world in the name of Florence and the Machine. And I'll see you in the next episode.